What's up? I'm standing. Forget the chair. Standing. So what's up? I can put my hands in my pockets. I can be cool. Hey. Actually, I have jeans on. You can't tell. So yeah, sometimes I have shorts on. Sometimes I have pajamas on them. The flannel power suit, as I like to call it. Hey guys. So our live workshops are over. Wow. So fun. Holy smokes. Thank you to all of you who attended the live workshop. It was amazing. It really was amazing. Like total like a show. I mean, I've been in many, many musical theater and, acting, all this stuff. And this was so much like a show, really fun. And so I was actually a little sad when we stopped. But we have a replay. Not the same, I know. It's really not the same for me. You guys go have fun with that. Not even. But I do see when you make a comment, if you do watch the replay and you comment, I get it as an email. So I've been trying to respond to people that are doing that, although it's kind of overwhelming. There's a lot of people doing it. So, but in general, hi, Doug. Hey, Kendra. Yay. So, yeah, so here we are. And we will be doing these Facebook Lives today and tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, it's Meet the Screen Readers Day. Well, hello, Selena. Did I say that right? Where are you from? Nice to see you. So, yeah, so we have the replay playing right now. It is available until tomorrow evening. Couple things about it. I know it's a little bit funny, and we'll talk about this in a moment, but hi, Elaine, screen reader, yay. So you can, it displays, so when you log in, you go to register, so you can click on the link, Brady Bunch above, and then it'll display a bunch of times that it's available. It'll display the next 5 times depending on when you log in, when you register. And so you can pick one of those. And then if you wait, so if you can't do any of those, if you need to go a little bit later, just wait a little while and register again, and it will show you the times again. So I know it's a little bit funky with replays. They're a little bit hard to control that way. So that gives you an idea. And then you should be able to get all of the downloads and everything that we offer. We also have a really cool announcement as we figured out the closed captioning thing. We're really excited about that. We should be able to post about that by the end of the day. There's a few little tricks about it, and we'll let you know what that is when we'll give you instructions in the post. But we were really happy that we were able to figure that out. We had several people asking for it. So it was a little bit of a bear, but we hung in there and we figured it out. So yay, we're really excited about that. So that replay and the closed captioning replay will be available until midnight tomorrow. So as you know, or I think you know, Denton, Texas. Well, howdy. Awesome. North of Dallas. Cool. Don't know that. Town, city. Is it big? So yeah, love Austin. Gonna go to Austin pretty soon. Hey, Guy. Nice to see you. So yeah, so I think, most people kind of are getting the gist of this now, although we do have, again, like 300 to 400 people joining every day. So, whew. So we have gatekeepers, right? We have a lot of free information that we give away. We do these weekly trainings in here. Well, lately we've been doing them every day while enrollment is open. And then we do weekly trainings, and then we also have our mailing list. And then we do these free workshops every once in a while, which is right now we have a replay playing of that. So, and then we close down the free workshops, and we close, and then, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we have the free workshops, and then we also have a paid version, and that just kind of dives even deeper and really kind of, helps you figure out how to be a screen reader, basically. And so when I refer to someone as a screen reader, that means they're in the paid course. Now, the paid course enrollment is currently open until Wednesday at midnight. So if you'd like to join the paid course, I really recommend that you watch the replay, because you get some special bonuses and prizes in there. And also the thing about the replay and the workshop is that even if you don't do the paid course, that's totally fine. Stay in here with us and we'll, whatever. We really don't care. It's up to, we want you to choose the path that works best for you. We really do, like totally sincere about that. So, but the replay and the workshop lays out really clearly what you need to know. So that way, you know where you're starting from. So that's why we really recommend that you take the replay or the workshop. And also we toss in free goodies. So if you want to get those, that's a good way to get that. So, and the goodies are actually tools that you can use to get started. So, and then we do these free trainings like all the time, and we often give away handouts and downloads and things that you can use, like tools you can use to learn. So that's the general gist of it. So right now, enrollment into the paid course is open, like I said, until Wednesday at midnight. We also have some bonuses that close tomorrow at midnight. So, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Kind of has to do, I need to scroll. I always forget. Scroll. Hi, Cindy. Well, hi, Sandy. Yay! Is this screen reader Sandy? I don't know last names yet, sorry. Nice to see you. Good, glad to have you guys here. So I'm gonna answer a question today, and we were doing, it was called Take 5. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, help me, you guys are smart. What should we call these? I was like, screen reader session? No, because this is for gatekeepers. So if you're in this program and you're doing all the free stuff, that's the gatekeeper program. Once you get into the paid course, and that's the screen reader. So that way we could kind of delineate, we keep our, because my brain is not so great. So we need to keep things pretty organized. So we have screen reader. Hey, Brenda, she's a screen reader who's just knocking it out of the park day one. Yes, hello. So that's what we call it. We do these Facebook Lives with screen readers too, and those are screen reader sessions. So what should we call this? Gatekeeper. I was like I just wrote Facebook Live. I was like trying to think of, we were calling them Take 5, and then I stopped taking 5 questions because it was too random. It's better to pick one really good question and then talk about that particular topic. So if you have any good ideas about what to call this, I'm all ears. Lunch and learn. Yeah, I love that. And a lot of people do that, but we're not sure we'll always do it at lunchtime. And I want it to be referring to the fact that you're a gatekeeper, man. I want you to own that, or you're a writer, or you're a reader, or something to do with that. I don't know. Anyway, so today we're going to cover this question, which was a great question that Paul asked. And he says, my son is a 20-year-old writer, actor, and comic. Is there an age limit? And we get this question a lot. Is there an age limit? We get it both from, am I too young? Hi, Nicole. Am I too young to do this? Or am I too old to do this? We get those ends of the things. The answer to both is no. I mean, you have to be 18, I guess, because you're going to be working. I don't know I don't know labor laws. It's not my thing. But if you're young, it's all online. Awesome. Phone ringing. Forgot to turn that off. Hopefully, let's see if I live. No one's available right now. So get out. Those of you who were in the workshop yesterday, I had a little horror film moment in the workshop yesterday. Anyway, okay. So it doesn't matter how old you are. The things that matter are your ability to write, write about movies. Gatekeepers live. I love that. Gatekeeper gathering, that's good too. Ooh, here we come. Awesome. Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Woo. Yay. And there's Nicole. Hey there, Nicole. So Doug's saying hello. Love it. Love it. So the thing is if you're over 50 or whatever, yeah, you need to know current movies. So you need to not use phrases like, we joke about this in the group actually, excuse me, like not to do gee willikers in your coverage, or, not to use, tubular or whatever, to know what popular slang is. And if you're 20 and you call a movie sick, a producer's going to think that that's bad. So you need to know, what popular slang is and use it or not use it, in regards to what you're talking about. You also need to be aware of movies. So if you're anyone, you need to know, the significance of The Jazz Singer, Birth of a Nation. You need to know the significance of Sex, Lies, and Videotapes, of Batman Begins, of Get Out, of Black Panther. You need to know the significance of some of these movies. And it's so funny, my son has always loved this, that he will watch a movie, he's 19, and so we'll watch a movie from the 80s or whatever, and I'll be like, no, but you have to understand the significance of this at the time is blah, 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 blah. Why this movie is, and why Pulp Fiction was important at the time, why Reservoir Dogs was important at the time. Like, what are the things that made that film? And you need to know these things, and you need to be updated on trends and be aware. I mean, how old would you be? How old, having lots of exterior things today. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are, right? I love that phrase. I love it. So just forget about how old you are and be up on movies. Doesn't matter. When in doubt, don't what? So, yeah. Does that make sense? I hope so. So Paul's question, the first, he wanted to know about ageism, basically. But to me, that's not the importance of his question. His question, which it was good. It was a good question. It's a great question, actually, because it gives me a couple different things. One was that a lot of people are asking about that. The other thing is your son is a writer, an actor, and a comic. So your son is an entrepreneur. And that's something that artists do not own. I wasn't even aware of it myself. I mean, I produced, you ready for this? I produced country line dance videos, Oot Scoot and Boogie, in the 90s. It was called Doing It Country Style. We sold those in Walmart. We sold them online. Well, it wasn't really online at that time. It was more like a QVC. And, we sold millions of them. It was amazing. I didn't even get that was being an entrepreneur at the time. It was like, I was just choreographing, writing, directing, producing, what I always do. When you do a show, if you're a writer, actor, director, comic, painter, musician, you're an entrepreneur. You are creating a business. You are creating things that people want to, experience. That is being an entrepreneur. Your son needs the skills if he wants to be successful. I mean, I'm specifically talking in this regard about people who want to do this for a living. I don't think that everyone needs to, do these things to be a painter, to be, art is one of those things that everyone, I believe, should have in their lives at some point. I have musicians in my life that I just love that, because I can count to 8 over and over again as a dancer. I've never been able to write music. I like to sing. I've never been able, it's not been my thing, but I just love having it in my life. And so it's one of those things where it can be in your life. But what I'm talking about specifically are people that want to make a living in an art, in the artistic field. You are an entrepreneur if you want to do that, which is what, when in doubt, don't use contemporary slang. I got it. Righteous. Okay, sorry. Couldn't resist. It's just too easy. So if you are, an artist that wants to make a living as an artist, it is show business, right? And so I think a lot of people forget that. And when we first started this whole thing, and it really was as I started getting interviewed, well, actually, I also produce a haunted house, which at the time was another show, but I started getting interviewed on podcasts and stuff as an entrepreneur. And I was like, oh, and I'm talking 6 months ago. It was I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's what I am, isn't it? It was this weird sort of oh, and so we have now, because creating this whole thing, I mean, everything you see here, everything, the posts and the graphics and the signs and the emails and the course and everything Doug and I created. It's not been this magical thing. It's we've just sat down and gone, okay, now how do we do this thing? When on Wednesday, I'm going to do a little thing, and I'm just going to read off really quickly all of the tools that we use. It's astounding. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about it, though, is that there's no business like show business, right? That was one of my dad's favorite songs, still is. The amazing thing about this is that the tools are available, right? It used to be so hard to start your own thing, and now it's not. There's so many people that are coming before us that are doing it and doing it great. And so we are trying to take everything we're learning now that we've embraced being entrepreneurs, and we realized, we wanted to teach the nuts and bolts of screenplay analysis. Yes, we do that, and we dive really deep into that. But we quickly realized that really the thing that holds people back is not whether or not they know 12 Courier, font. The thing that holds them back is that they don't know how to get work. The thing that holds them back is that they don't understand their whole ability. How fast can they read a script? How fast can they write a coverage? What is their turnaround time? You get paid typically as a reader per script. So you need to be able to know, how long is it going to take me to do that? And so you can do the math and see, is this worth it for me if you really want to make a living at it, right? So these are the things that we really, marketing, exactly, Nancy, exactly. Squaresville, dude. So it is out of sight. Correct me up. So, if you want to be an actor or a comic or a writer or a reader or a musician or anything in the arts, you need to know how to build a website. You need to know social media. You need to know how to get people to see you, how to create a presence, how to get online, how to badly be on camera. That I'm still learning, clearly. But you do need to, and I hope that by my floundering about and being willing just to sort of, I don't know why, but put myself out there. And Doug and I mean, it is very bizarre. We got done with the workshop on Saturday and we closed it up, and we're just the two of us, woo, there were 300 people, I think, had registered for that. I mean, no, it was 1,000 people registered for the workshop. So it was it was 300 people over 300 people that showed up, so, and we were okay, but it's just the two of you is the weirdest thing. So anyway, I'm hoping that by my willing to kind of pave that way, it helps inspire you. And this goes for writers and readers, tenfold. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to create the course, because then we could put it in a really, distinct manner. And so we could throw kind of everything in there, but it still wasn't enough. So we actually created a second course that is solely for people that want to do just consulting and coaching. So, and right now we have a bonus where they're thrown in together that if you enroll in the course by midnight tomorrow, you get both of those things, because the consulting and coaching aspect of it, we realized was too much to get into the Hollywood Screenreaders course, because it was really like marketing and building a website and like all these things that were really how to build an online business. And the beautiful thing about that is it makes it so you can apply that to anything. So if you are an actor, you can take those skills and, apply it to anything. And there, you might even discover you already have a different talent and you're going to learn those skills and you want to run off and do that. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. We hope you inspire to do anything that is fun. So it's not work if it's fun. Yay! I haven't seen you for a while, Mushi. Great to be back. Woohoo! Peace, love, and granola, baby. So, yay! You were there. I'm so glad. It was so fun. It was really fun. So that's basically my kind of rant, more of a rant today. Because really, I have right on here, you control it. And that's the beautiful thing, is that as being a reader, you can kind of figure out how long does it take me to read a script? How long is it going to take me to write a coverage? And then how much you typically get paid per script from a production company. Is that going to mean I'm going to, if I'm someone who edits and re-edits and edits and re-edits and edits and re-edits, and it takes me 10 hours, yay, it takes me 10 hours to write a coverage, if I'm getting paid 50 cents an hour, I don't know if I want to be a career. Maybe you do something else and it's a side thing. Maybe you're using this as something to learn how to produce movies, which we are going to be getting into as well. So there's so many routes you can go and you can really control it. And so one little question about, my son is a 20-year-old writer, actor, and comic. Is there an age limit? Well, your 20-year-old son, man, I mean, the beautiful thing about today, these time periods today, is that you can create, so much is available to you. There's so much that you can create sitting on your couch. It's unbelievable. And actually, like later on this afternoon, I'm meeting with a teenager who's, he's kind of struggling and he's just starting out in college. He's going, taking 1-2 classes because it's a whole super long story, but he's like kind of floundering. So we're sitting down today and I'm going to show him, he has an idea for an online thing and I'm going to show him how to do it. And I'm super excited about it because this is a great kid. He's a great, super smart kid. One of my son's friends. And I'm so excited. He's been on it. He's been like Johnny on the spot responding, like he's going to do so well with this. And I'm super excited about being able to kind of give him a little launch up. And so these are the kinds of things that we like. Exactly, Elaine, they're endless. And you have so many, what do you do in your daily life that you could share with people? There's just so many things that you could build. And so we're starting this as, as a reader thing, but it really can, push you anywhere. And okay. Should I tell the Shark Tank story? I'm gonna. So I love Shark Tank, totally obsessed with Shark Tank. And yeah, exactly, just do it. You got to do it. It's in your control. But this woman went on Shark Tank and she's the one that had, they're called box memberships, which I've recently learned, but she had a membership of teaching people how to arrange flowers online. She teaches them online how to do it locally. So how to create a class where people can come learn how to arrange flowers, right? Arranging flowers. Okay. She was already so she's selling a class on that. So right away she was like, no, I see this as a way to kind of launchpad people. And I just love that because that's kind of what we feel like we're doing is we're finding a way. And I would love this to expand into art in general, where if we're helping you launch your acting, comic, comedian, comic, your comic career, your stand-up career, all of it is so exciting to me and so great. And so, and I might add, huge bidding war. And she ended up getting a couple of sharks and they saw the value in it, like majorly saw the value in it, which like totally gives me the chills because that's what we're doing. I was like, that's us. Even though it's not flowers, that the concept is what we're doing is we're trying to expand the world basically in the arts. And within that and in our little corner of it, we're trying to, one, create a positive place for artists to come, whether you're a writer, a reader, whatever. We want this to be, something that inspires people. And two, we're trying to raise that bar of being a reader as well, because that is kind of a mess in the industry. So we want it to be We want to be something that's kind of solving that problem in terms of too many people that are learning to read scripts while they're reading scripts. That's not okay to me. It's like, we need to give those writers a chance. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's not cool, basically. And producers being overwhelmed and not having someone to support them, and writers having the door slammed in their face without any feedback at all. Like, we're trying to, it's a big gap. And we're like, look, I can move because I'm not sitting. We're like trying to bridge it. We're like hanging onto each other. So we're creating a human chain to bridge that gap, basically. So there you have it. I mean, it's a little bit of a rant today, but it's basically the entrepreneurial thing that we're really excited about, why we're doing this whole thing and why we're taking these steps that we're learning as entrepreneurs. It's the same way that I learned how to be a reader. When I first decided I want to be a reader, I just started reading everything I could find on it, which wasn't much, but more so, I just started reaching out and talking to people and asking, well, how do you do this? And what does this do? Just kind of like I'm doing now, kind of like we had Mr. Paul Haggis come in and talk to us because we reached out to him and said, will you come in and talk to us? It's like, it's just reaching out and just being open and being a sponge and like looking and trying to find ways to do it. And so we're trying to like, pave that way for you and help you. It's going to be different. It's so individual, but it's going to be very different for every single person. And really the biggest obstacle, like I said the other day, someone asked, what's the best obstacle? I love the best one. And it is you. I really feel that. And then we see that over and over and over again. And we see it just in giving the workshop when people are just, I don't want to say want it handed to them, because that's a really kind of cliche thing that people say. It's not that people want things handed to them. It's that they don't believe that there's another way. I really don't think that I think we call it entitlement. People just feel entitled, but I just think, to me, it's more just like they haven't been shown a different path. So they're just waiting for someone to sort of hand it to them, or, well, we're here to kind of hand to you at least a path that you can, but you've got to take the step, you've got to show up. So I'm going to talk about procrastination tomorrow. Monologue. Today was a total monologue, right? My son right now would just be like, other than he's super happy that I'm meeting his friend. He's really happy when it comes around to that. But normally he's like, oh, Mom. But then when he does need, hey, what do you think? My favorite words for my son. I love you. And what do you think? What do you think about? Oh, he wants to know what I think. Wait, what? Yeah. Well, you parents, you know how that feels. Way. Yeah, thank you, Guy. I appreciate that. Yes, this is a thing. Oh my gosh, that's a t-shirt. This is a thing. Maybe that's what it is. Gatekeepers. It's a thing. Those are our live workshop. Yay, Nancy started the course this week. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We have so much fun in there. It's super fun. And we'll still be here. If you guys don't join, we'll be in here too. But we're just in there. You think we're nutty here. It's really bad inside the course, but fun. Bad in a good way. It's sick. That's what it is. Okay, I'm not cool. So I will see you tomorrow at noon. We will talk about procrastination if I don't come at 1. Did you get that? Did you get it? So, okay, write me via email or, replying to Doug. Write to Doug. Write to either of us. They do. Our students do inspire us. It's true. So, yeah, it's been totally just a big cycle, reciprocal. That's the big word. I used the big word. So awesome, you guys. So super inspired. We're going to keep on keeping on. You do the same. And we will be back here tomorrow at noon. And then we're putting together a special little thing where you can kind of meet some of the screen readers that we have already. So we will talk at you, with you, at you. Charlie Brown. My mother can never watch Charlie Brown because she's like, that's not what they sound like. Oh, mama. All right. I will talk to you soon. We'll see you mañana, tomorrow, tamale. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.